There we go. And we're live. We're live? Yeah, we're live. I'm just double checking we're live. Look, all right, I'm looking it up right now.
Ball with the ball.
All right, listen. The Midnight Glancers, the Topless Dancers, Methadone Clinics.
Get in the pit and try to love someone.
No, man. It was the original was try to kill someone.
No, you're crazy. You're smoking
I'm
crack
telling
now.
you, the original. They changed the lyrics.
No,
Suppressing the word kill with love. It's on Wikipedia, you dumb fuck. I fucking loved Kid Rock when he first came out, man. Look, released in 1998 to this fourth studio album, Devil Without a Cause. Ball with the Ball helped push the success of the album. Blah, 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 bullshit. See background, Sugar Hill King. All right, in the demo recording of the song, Kid Rock shouts.
Oh, the demo recording.
Oh, now get it.
Demo recording.
Yeah, the original song. You
no,
dumb
that's
fuck.
no. You
You're
said
so
the original
stupid.
release. You said the original release.
Dummy, that's the original.
You said the original release.
All right, when you release a demo, that's the original release of the song.
Demo.
What are you fucking?
You
Okay,
don't
yeah,
release
please
a
go
demo.
ahead, Shawn. Tell me about the music industry.
You don't release
Please,
a demo.
Go ahead. Tell me.
You put a demo out.
Oh, so you're putting it out and releasing it is not the
to
same
other
thing.
music companies.
So putting
they'll
a
try to
demo
sign
out is
you.
not the same as releasing.
No.
Okay, please go ahead and educate me on the
they
music
changed
industry.
it
You
before
fuck.
it was even recorded.
No, you're stupid.
You
Just
are-
go ahead and admit that
are-
you're wrong. Go
no,
ahead
no,
and admit.
why would I admit that I'm wrong?
Because you're
you said
fucking
it was
dumb.
released.
You're so dumb.
You said it was the original version of the
Okay,
release.
listen
It
to
was
what you
originally
just
released.
said. Listen to what you just
said.
said.
It originally released.
What did you just say? When
The
the demo was originally put out.
Right.
So put out is not released.
No, because he didn't.
Stop,
it
stop.
didn't
We're
go
not-
to the
we're not even-
masses.
we're not-
When it got to Florida,
What are you talking about?
when Kid Rock, when that album
Stop.
made it
I'm not
big,
even gonna talk with you because you're a fucking
can't.
idiot. No,
because
you're
you
an
can't-
idiot. No,
you
Shawn.
can't argue it.
No, Shawn,
You
you're
know
fucking
it.
wrong.
You
no.
know it.
Oh my gosh, you're so fucking
You
stupid.
know it.
I'm actually, honestly, now I'm pissed off. I'm not even gonna have the podcast. You're just dumb.
You know
I'm not. I'm not even gonna have the podcast.
You know it.
No, you're so stupid.
You
Please,
know it.
Sit, no, stop. You're an
You
idiot.
know it. You
You're
know
an
it.
idiot. No.
You know it.
Yeah, that you're a fucking idiot. I know that.
No.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
when Devil Without a Cause was released,
The demo was originally
worldwide
released.
release when everybody got to hear
The demo's released worldwide.
The first version,
Which
that
is the
everybody
demo.
got to hear.
Is the demo.
The first version that
you're so
everybody
dumb.
got to
No,
hear.
you're dumb. You're so
was get in the pit and try to love someone.
No, you're an idiot. You're such an
It
idiot.
wasn't try to get in the pit and try to kill someone.
No, you're so stupid. I hope you realize how big of a fucking dumb fuck you sound.
Nope, not at
Please,
all.
oh yeah, go ahead. Keep on telling me. Keep on telling me whatever you think is right. Cause you're
I
an
already
idiot.
did. I don't. Why should I have to keep going?
No, because you're an idiot. You're just
I don't need to keep going.
I know,
I've already
'cause you're an
proven
idiot.
myself correct.
No, whatever. You do realize that after this comes out, everyone always comes up to me. Shawn is an idiot. He's wrong.
No,
You understand this
everybody
happens.
comes up to me and says, "What is wrong with Alex?"
Nobody.
No, that's
goes,
not
no,
true.
No.
That's not true.
Okay. Anyway, you're an idiot.
You're a dummy.
So we got a bunch of stuff to go over before we get into other shit talking. You didn't watch Polaris. I know you didn't
I did watch
Polaris.
Polaris.
So we got to go over.
I think I lost every single one except for Greg Jones.
No, I think. So I was right about Nikki. So
Yeah.
all right, how about we actually get the results
that one I remember. If I remember correctly, I just took Uriah to
to take them?
take him. So we
I'm
had
pretty sure. All right, let me see. Because I had it up here quick. Where are the official Polaris results?
By the way, the Ash Williams, Ethan, can't remember his last name. That match was
I gotta get the AFC
incredible match. It was nonstop leg attacks and leg defenses.
There's a lot of decisions. Okay, so let's go backwards. So for Polaris 10, which was this past weekend, if you missed it, there was a couple of issues with Fight Pass. There's a bunch of people who are having issues where like it randomly cut out at one point.
Well, I watched the replay.
Cheers.
I watched the replay. So what was doing was at certain spots it was like speeding up real quick.
Yeah, it was the feed trying to catch back up. So like whenever you get, because everything is on delay now, like they usually get a dump button. You have it on. No, you don't have it for
No.
XFL.
We don't record.
But you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know
So
what
for
it is.
people that don't know, even when you're watching something live on TV, I think except for the New Year's Eve ball drop, there's always about a 30-second delay on the feed, and that's not so much for the technology aspect of things. It's really because
People say stupid things on screen.
people say like they curse by accident or something. So when that happens, they'll hit a dump button, and what it does is it actually dumps back the last 5, 10 seconds, sometimes 3 seconds or whatever happened. So you won't hear it. It'll just look like a jump cut. But the problem with that is once you hit that dump button, the feed has to like create that 10, 30, whatever second back up. So you'll see a lag, or you see like what you saw where all of a sudden everything jumps back up again. But that might be more of the lag in the feed.
Well, it wasn't like it jumped. It just sped up.
Yeah, that's a lag in the feed, and it was just catching up. All right, so let's go backwards. So we have the first match was Nick Rodriguez versus Ash Amos. You went for Ash, I went for Nick.
Which had I thought about who Nick Rodriguez was,
What do you mean?
because I know who he was, because
it's just we couldn't think of face with the name.
The face with the name, but he's the dude that took third in the ADCC after only training 6 months.
Yeah.
Kid's a beast, dude. An absolute beast.
He won by rear naked choke. I think we said that too. Like, didn't we call it like it was going to be a long one? Or is that no? I think we said that for
Urijah.
Uriah. All right, so there's 1 point for me. And then it was Richie Martinez against Miha Pershevek, and we tied on that one.
Richie.
We both went for Richie. Cal Uno against Lee Remedios. You went with Lee. I went with Cal. The winner was Cal Uno. So that's 3 for me, 1 for you.
What was funny is Erica, my student, texted me after that match.
Yeah.
And she's like, Kauno just won with the transition, or not the transition. No, with the the technique I had them work the other day. She goes, It was so cool to see it live. Like he went from looking for Americana to straight arm lock to Kimura.
It's funny when people like don't. I guess when you're that new, she's not that new, but when you get more into it and you start watching stuff more, and you realize, oh, we do that. Oh, right. I do that. And then when you get it, I remember it kicked in for me when it was the Ronda Rousey submission where she did that inverted armbar. I think it was like against Miesha Tate or somebody. She did a weird roll, and then she went with like an upside down armbar. And then the very next class, I ended up doing it to someone just because I saw it on TV. I'm like, ooh, this is where you go. I'm like, oh shit, that does work. So Cal Una defeats Lee Remedios with the key lock submission, first round. And then Ash Williams against Ethan Krelinstein.
Yeah, that match was crazy.
It was like, it went all the way. It went to unanimous decision, and the winner was Ash.
Yep.
And so I won that one.
That was a close, that was very, it could have went either way.
But it went to...
watching it, I think it went to Ash.
Yeah.
Because he's Welsh and it was taking place in England.
Yeah, they definitely play that up for Polaris,
which is cool. I'm fine with that.
They definitely give it for like the hometown.
Like again, I wasn't mad at the decision because it was really close.
I really love the Polaris events. I think its only hindrance right now is the fact that it's in Wales, because it takes a lot to get there. You have to fly into London, and then you have to do like a super long car ride or a train ride to get to Wales. It's not an easy get to. So I remember working with Flex. He would always tell me like, bro, it's such a long way to get there from the airport. So I think pretty soon they're gonna have to do it someplace else.
It's cool. It's a trip.
It's a regional.
You make it a trip.
All right, so that was Ash Williams. I went for Ash. You went for Ethan. So
that was our pick'em. That was one of our pick'ems.
Yeah, and then so that's 4 for me, 1 for you. The next one, Craig Jones versus Mateus Lutas. We both went for Craig, and Craig won by unanimous decision. So 1 point each.
Which again, really wasn't an exciting match. I mean, Craig didn't really get many like bites on any heels or anything like that. It was just more of a.
I think right now at this point, people are they want to compete to get ready for ADCC, but they don't want to risk anything.
Well, Lutas, he employed that what I'm calling the Paul Harris strategy.
Which is,
remember when Paul Harris was fighting Craig Jones and he just kept pushing his face, pushing his face. That was basically what he did. He tried passing a few times. I mean, and he
Yeah.
almost jumped. He almost got a guillotine on him.
Yeah.
He jumped past and almost grabbed the guillotine, but
That's a hard get to come jumping in like that and going for it.
Yeah.
You have to really, really drill the shit out of that. So we both got that one. And then finally, the headliner, Nicky Ryan against Urijah Faber. That one basically became an MMA fight. And
Yeah,
can we just point out the Urijah Faber dad bod that he was sporting?
I don't. What's you know?
He wasn't the
it
old
wasn't-
jacked Urijah Faber. He was still in good shape,
Yeah,
but he definitely was sporting a couple extra lbs there.
Yeah, well, again, he wasn't. He probably didn't fight. It wasn't at his weight. Was it at?
I think he just didn't have to really cut.
Yeah. So it's like no. He looked and look. He attacked. You know what it was? That's who almost Uriah almost jumped and got the guillotine.
Yeah, no, he kept on he was going for the guillotine.
Yeah,
a bunch.
but it was basically Nicky
It's
had
all-
him in trouble.
The same reason why Nicky couldn't really hold on to any submissions is the same reason why he didn't get caught in the guillotine. It's like Uriah was so slippery.
Well, he almost got him when there was one point where they rolled out of bounds, and if they weren't out of bounds, I think Nicky would have had that.
Well, either way, for that one, you picked Uriah, I picked Nicky, and Nicky won by unanimous decision. So this time around, it was 6 points to 2 that I won this one. So we got to wait for the next one, which actually, there's a couple of big tournaments coming up that just got announced that we're going to talk about. But the other one that we did pick'ems for was the fight to win. But that's not until July.
Yeah, it's not until July 4th.
So we'll have to get into it. So, speaking of Urijah Faber, you and I talked about this last time, about him possibly coming back.
Yeah, well, he said. Did you?
Right after the
and-
post match at Polaris, saying he's getting the itch to come back, and then right after they offered him a fight, so he's coming back.
Oh, to Polaris.
No,
No,
to
to
the
UFC.
UFC.
Who they offer him?
It's a horrible fucking fight for him. It's a horrible fight for him. It's like it'll be a good fight, but it's a horrible comeback fight. Ricky Simon.
I don't know Ricky Simon.
You saw Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon's the one that had the kind of weird mullet. He had the bowl cut with the mullet in the back.
Oh, yeah.
He's 15-1 total,
Yeah, and he's
3-0 in the
aggressive as
UFC.
shit.
Yeah.
That
He's
dude's
basically like the new
aggressive.
Diego.
Who did he beat? He beat somebody impressive.
I want to say not Honey
that
Yaya.
No. It was somebody else that I was like, wow.
I'll tell you right now.
I wasn't expecting that.
I forget.
Was
who
it Cub?
Maybe.
Was it Cub?
I'll tell you right now. I'm pulling it up. But yeah, it's definitely not a good fight for Urijah. Let me see. Mixed martial arts record. It was Honey Yaya. Thought so. Bam, damn, fucking good. And then before that was Montel Jackson, and then Merab Dalishvili that he beat by guillotine choke. He's on a solid tear. He's 15-1. He lost at Titan FC 37. Was I there at that one?
What did he
I was
lose
I was
to?
there at that one. Damn, I might have photos of him. I can't believe it. I got to double check it. I might have photos of him.
What did he lose to?
Rear naked choke to Anderson Dos Santos. Yeah, I was there at that one. Yeah, dude, I was there for that one. That was a crazy fight because I think he got thrown in the last minute. Anderson Dos Santos is no fucking joke. He's a bad motherfucker.
Speaking of Andersons, Steve's fighting this weekend.
Yeah, we got to get into that too.
Yeah.
So
He's fighting Anderson. For those
Yeah.
why I'm saying that he's fighting
they
Anderson
switched them.
Goncalves.
I feel bad. So for people that don't know, our boy Steve, the creepy weasel, he's been trying to get a fight now for what?
2 years almost.
2
Well,
years.
more like a year. More like a year.
More like a year. It was 2 years, but he was really being aggressive for the last year.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to fight at Underground FC in Palm Beach, and then the last minute the guy bailed out for
Yep.
whatever reason. Do you remember why? I forget.
He said he was sick.
Was it because he was sick? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. Oh, yeah, he did. He got food poisoning
Food
right after
poisoning.
the weigh-ins or something.
Yeah.
Which it happens. It happens pretty regularly. It just sucked for Steve because he works so hard for it.
I don't believe it, by the way.
I believe it. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Because what happens is a lot of fighters right after, they're going to go for what they crave the most. And you'd be surprised how many fighters go running for sushi after cutting a ton of weight. Others go straight for pasta and steak.
Here's the thing. They shouldn't. no fighter should do that. By the way,
I think
a
if
smart fighter won't. That's why people like Mike Dolce and those
they always
guys
bring their own food.
and they don't let their fighters
There's
go crazy.
stories, and there's stories of guys going to eat and like someone spiked their food in the hotel. To order hotel food, and the hotel staff has spiked their food.
Yeah, but do you remember that one thing about the water? Like they spiked somebody's water, like the other team.
Yeah, I just heard.
I can't remember who it was. It was like they accused them of spiking their water. I don't remember who that was.
I don't know,
But it was like during the weigh-in, like they were in the hot tub. They were both in the hot tub cutting weight at one event. I can't remember who it was.
Not a local event, like at a UFC.
No,
event.
UFC.
I wouldn't doubt it. I've heard all kinds of crazy stories. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I hear all kinds of crazy shit, and I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff of fighters going to eat. Like, it blows my mind to go for sushi. Like, I'm not a big fan of sushi, but I wouldn't trust almost anybody.
Well, here's my question: Have you when you were working for Flex, and you followed him when he did competitions? Mm-hmm. What would he eat after a competition?
It's different for him because that's after competition.
Right.
Before, it was really crazy, but he brought everything. He would never go out and like get something to eat. Very rare would he go out and get something to eat, and if he did, it would only be to places that he's gone to before. He would never go experimenting, but he would eat constantly. I remember specifically we did one. We went to Canada for an expo that he was just gonna like be meeting and stuff. People just meet and greet stuff, and I had to order food for him, and he was super particular. I need this, 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 and this. I'm like, no problem. So I ordered this, 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 and this. And then and we said, I forget what we said. I think we said like no butter. Like, and I yelled at the guy. I'm like, listen to me, not a single fucking drop of butter on this food. And he came back. He like sniffed it, took a bite. He's like, dude, I can't eat this. Like, they fucking just drenched it with butter. So it became a whole mission of like, I think we had to order it like 2 or 3 times. And like, I'm on the phone yelling at the guy. I'm like, I'm being very specific to you. Like, do not put any of this stuff. Just give this man these 3 like different ingredients. This is all he needs to eat. And he's like, he was already like frustrated of everything was going on. So I was already pissed off too. So like, they're super particular, especially guys at his level. It's on time.
I want to know what he ate after competition.
Oh, dude, like, I have a photo. I actually have a photo that went viral, and people don't even know that it's my photo. It's funny because it just went out into the ether. And the day after the Olympia for his 5th title, was the 5th? Yeah, the 5th title. The very next morning, mind you, like, you're up the whole night. It's the same thing as after fight. You win, the Olympia's over, you're out celebrate. Like, you're still up doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then some fucking genius thinks it's a great idea to do a press conference at 7 o'clock in the morning. So they're all awake. So it was Flex, Phil Heath, who else? Jeremy Buendia, Williams. Kai wasn't there. Kai hasn't competed in forever.
Sure.
Kai stopped competing like years ago. He goes out and he's all over the place for sure, but he doesn't compete. He's got a whole beef with
IBJJ or IFBB.
Yeah. Anyway, so I go to take photos, and I'm taking photos of this press conference, and I sneak to the back. Nobody sees me. I just sneak to the back, and between Flex and Phil Heath, there's a huge bag of donuts, and they're like sneaking. Like, Phil is just eating them like crazy, and like Flex is like trying to sneak a little bit, but not too much, because what happens is, his route is different than everybody else's, and a lot of the guys do the same thing. Can you get off your phone?
I'm looking up Kai Green. So no, I cannot.
So after the Olympia, I don't know if this is his route anymore, but he'll go to the Asia Grand Prix, and then everybody will do a couple of other like remaining competitions because they're already in shape. You're already doing it, so then they have to kind of maintain. They get to be a little bit more free because they don't have to be as top shape as the Olympia, but they'll go in there like Mark Henry.
Dude, he went on a tear at the end. He hasn't competed since 2016. Kai Green.
Yeah, but he did the Arnold. He won't do like the Olympias and stuff. Yeah, like the Arnold's like he fucking crushed it at the Arnold's. Him and I forget the guy's name, Williams, and he's the same. Neil Hill is the coach for Flex and Williams and stuff. But have you ever met Kai? You ever seen him?
No, I've watched Generation Iron.
No, they're like. Kai Green is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Definitely like a very intelligent dude, very eccentric, super intelligent guy. That man is fucking massive.
Oh yeah.
Like you like I can't even begin to tell you like it doesn't there's no explanation unless you see it. The size of this man's legs and like biceps and stuff, like it's just trying to think of how like literally your torso, like think no arms, just your torso from shoulders to your hips. That's Kai's leg when you're looking at it from the side. Like a dead serious, not exaggerating. That's fucking Kai's leg. And he comes in this custom fitted suit. I'm like, it might as well be Under Armour. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you got into that suit. But who like props to that tailor. Cause that's fucking custom fitted. Like you couldn't sneeze without making that thing explode. And he's a super nice dude.
He's huge.
Yeah, like I know he had like a comic book come out. He made his own comic book and stuff.
Yeah,
he's a very smart businessman. But there was a whole beef between him and a lot of people have the beef.
Him and Phil Heath don't like each other.
I don't know that part. I don't know.
Yeah,
that part I don't know. But the whole beef that a lot of people have with the IFBB is just one of those things that's like
it's political.
It's super political. Like. Everything that involves the IFBB is political, and I can't even like start telling you the stories that I know and stuff that I've seen. But yeah, it's definitely super duper political. So for people that want to be professional bodybuilders, go for it. Just prepare to. I think you probably have to sacrifice more to be a professional bodybuilder at a high level than you do to be a fighter. 100%.
Oh yeah, it costs a lot more money.
It costs a lot more money, but you also have to really, really sacrifice friendships, relationships, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, your life is the gym and eating. That's what your life revolves around.
Listen, if it wasn't for Instagram and social media, I would say that 95% of bodybuilders, or at least like physiques and all these people, would be dead broke. Or they wouldn't even be in the bodybuilding.
Well, no, because it was an industry way before.
Yeah, but like Instagram made it different because now you'll see these IFBB or like pro card winning like athletes and physiques people like, oh, get my training program. I'll make a customized training program, or this is my sponsor, and they get paid a lot of money. People that get sponsored by bodybuilding.com, we get by. Let's say Gymshark or something like that. I forget. It's another big company. There's a ton of like Bang. Bang doesn't pay those girls anything, but some of the other ones, for sure. BSN pays people pretty well. Optimum Nutrition. Most of those people, if it wasn't for Instagram, no one would pay them a fucking dime. It's just
maybe. Well, depending on which is I think that's fair. You should. Your worth is how much money you can bring to the company. For sure. Or how many eyes you can get. Right.
That's the thing. And I mean, I've done a whole thing specifically on the podcast about it. So I actually got to fill you in on something that happened over the weekend as far as jiu-jitsu. So Josh Hinger is a 3-time IBJJF No-Gi world champion. He's also an ADCC trials champion. Fairly good dude from the little bit that I've known, and I've talked to him, and I've been trying to get him on the podcast. Hopefully we can get him on here, especially after what happened. So he made a post this past weekend. I would definitely check out Hinger BJJ for everyone, HINGER BJJ on Instagram, so you can see it. So it's a little bit long to read, but I'll read it to you, so you can see what happened. He made this post. I'm showing you right now. If you look on the camera, he made this post. Says, I've dedicated my life to building up the jiu-jitsu community, and it absolutely enraged me when I see people like this tearing it down. I told these men that I was going to tell this story. They communicated to me that if I did, there would be retaliation. I'm a man of my word, so here it is. That's just a photo that he posted. And then he went on and he posted this long thing, which I really think that we should read it. Do you want to read it, or you want me to read it?
Well, do we need to read the whole thing, or can we just get to the nuts and bolts?
Kind of, because you kind of have to really see what's going on. Basically, he did a seminar in Mexico, and a white belt female invited him to come to her school, which was like down the way or whatever. The Hinger, I'm trying to think like the right way to say it. Josh.
Just read it. Just read it.
All right. This is from the beginning. There's a plague that's infecting the jiu-jitsu community all over the world. It's called black belt entitlement. It's where individuals who happen to possess the rank of black belt feel they can treat other people like shit because of their status. This plague has existed and gone undetected for several decades, but now with the rapid growth of jiu-jitsu, it's becoming much more common. One of the most severe incidents that I've ever seen happened just last week when I was in Yucatan, Mexico. I witnessed firsthand the verbal assault of a white belt female student by a black belt professor. He shouted at her over the phone and called her a bitch and a slut, a cancer, and a mat rat about a dozen times until she was crying. What was she guilty of, you might be wondering? Simply inviting me to an evening jiu-jitsu class at her academy. You might ask whether she had permission to invite a black belt from another team to this training session. Yes, she did. Her brown belt coach, who conducts all classes at that academy in Merida, gave her and I permission in advance to attend the class. She suggested that I wear the academy uniform in order to respect the team policy. Coach Joseph said not to worry about it. Once the class was over, we took lots of pictures. They were posted to Instagram almost immediately, and that's when the trouble began. Coach Joseph's professor called from his residence 4 hours away and demanded the photos be taken down, and that the female was to be ejected from the team along with her 6-year-old son. A truly sad and pathetic gesture. The brown belt coach then threw his student under the bus and claimed to have no knowledge of my plans to attend his evening class. In my opinion, this is disgusting representation of our sport and is an absolute failure of what it means to be a leader in jiu-jitsu. It is my hope that their team removes them from their roster. It is also my hope that the women's jiu-jitsu community will stand in solidarity with her and support her as she stands up for herself in the wake of some fairly consistent and vile harassment from both of these men. If you're wondering what school they were from Gracie Barra. It was a Gracie Barra school.
Well, I figured when you said uniform.
Well, Alliance does it too. A couple of schools
Alliance,
do that.
You just have to have really a patch. You don't have to.
No, I think now you have to have the Alliance gi.
Well,
because they have their own gis now, so you have to have an Alliance gi.
Which I think is, I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. That's stupid, and I'm going to tell you why.
Well, hold on. Here's the details. So, it's kind of odd. You think like, why the fuck would someone do that? Well, guess who was dating the girl? The black belt that lived 4 hours away. I guess he had been dating on and off with her or something like that for like a couple of months, and it didn't work out. And then of course she brings another black belt. There's nothing going on between them, but he's gonna sit there and pull the cheap macho cards like, oh fuck you, you fucking slut, and like blah blah blah, get the fuck out of here.
Well, good for her. She should go to another school.
100%.
And Gracie Barra should definitely take action
Against the two coaches.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I would either some kind of a fine or just eject, say, look, you're no longer Gracie Barra. We don't need your money.
They wouldn't kick them out. For sure they wouldn't kick them out.
Well, I doubt it because it's money.
Yeah.
Well, and they're not going to turn away money. But it's there comes a point when it comes down to principle.
Yeah.
And they should take it. Gracie Barra should take action against that. This poor woman, who probably was just looking to help her team, say, look, here's a rad dude that's won all this stuff. Their coach is a brown belt. He's a black belt. Why not? Why would you not want this guy at your school?
Yeah. And it's a world champion fucking black belt, and he just decides to come stop by. Why wouldn't you want that? If you had Henzo say like, "Hey, I'm in the area and stop by," like, or if you had your white belt, "Hey, listen, like Henzo Gracie's here. Like I just met him and I invited him to come to school. Is that okay?" Yeah, no one's gonna say no. No one's gonna say no to that. But once that guy saw it's another black belt and he was probably wearing the other patch, like his actual normal patches and gi or whatever, and then he realized who he was with, oh, of course he's gonna flip out. His ego got super bruised.
Yeah. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame. And let's get, you know, and we touched on it for a second, but the whole uniform thing is bullshit.
I 100% agree.
Bullshit.
Now, here's the thing. I definitely think that you can wear whatever gi with whatever patches. I think some people get out of hand when they wear like a super bright canary yellow gi and stuff like that. I think for like at the gym, whatever, do it. But if you're out competing, I think obviously you have to wear.
Most places you can. Most like IBJJF, you can only wear one of 3 colors.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. But
do they allow black?
Yeah.
I always just see white and blue.
No, black is definitely allowed. I have pictures of me on the podium getting my gold medal in a black gi. The bottom line is here's why I think it's stupid. Jiu-Jitsu is an individual sport. Sure, yes, it's a team. I get it. But it's an individual sport in the respect that what I do, what you do, what George does, what anybody does is going to be different.
Right.
It's your jiu-jitsu is a form of self-expression. And I'm not going to say it's not artistic expression, but it's self-expression because your style is made up of your personality, what sticks to your brain,
what your body type, like how you flow.
Right, all that stuff. It's very individualized.
Right.
And if my art is an individual art,
right,
why can't I express the way I feel in any color gi that I want to?
But what the fuck does that have to do with what we're talking about now?
Because I'm talking about the uniforms.
Right.
The Gracie Baja gis come in blue or white.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right.
And they don't want you to, but we're like, if you're saying Alliance, but Gracie Baja, they're trying to make you conform to this robotic.
Yes and no. I see where you're coming from, and I don't disagree with it at all. But if you look at it from a team perspective, if you're playing on a basketball team, I know, but listen, I don't disagree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see where, from a business aspect of things, if you have a team, everyone's on the same uniform. Cool, fine, whatever. If you were doing karate, everyone's going to wear the same karate gi. Fine, whatever. When I was doing capoeira, I mean, all we're wearing is pants. I mean, sometimes we'll have like different like shirts and stuff like that to go train. No, I think even when we trained, had to be either a white shirt or the shirt from the school, like as your uniform. Because otherwise you get everybody wearing whatever, but you want to wear those pants. They're also super fucking comfortable. Get yourself a pair of capoeira pants. So I get it when you're talking about the martial arts aspect of things and everybody needs to wear the same thing, but it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, let people be individuals.
That's what I'm saying. As
long as when you go out there and you go to compete, everybody wears that uniform for sure.
I don't even think that.
As long as the patches.
To me, it should be the patch.
Yeah.
Because why would I wear? What if your gi? Because every gi fits different. What if the Gracie Baja gi does not fit my body correctly?
Right, and
now
it happens.
Now I'm stuck having to wear this gi.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I agree with you. It's that it shouldn't fucking matter what you wear to go train as long as you're wearing the proper uniform. As far as like you're wearing a jiu-jitsu uniform and it's clean. And then it doesn't matter if you need to have a school patch. Have a school patch.
Right.
Go for it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you come to train in a canary yellow I mean, you see my gis. I have a bunch of random ass fucking gis. My tatami Fowler gi that looks like a sushi chef. I fucking love that gi.
Yeah, you can't compete in that gi.
There's no way you can compete in a gi. They wouldn't even let you into the fucking gym. Like, hey,
right, you in IBJJF you can wear blue, which is
or black.
But you can wear the royal blue or the navy blue.
Yeah, as long as it's blue.
Right.
And they have to, top and bottom have to match.
Right, tops and bottom have to match. So,
And if you're doing no gi, you have to have a color ranked rash
let's
guard.
even go beyond that. Why?
Why what?
Why are these colors the only colors? Why? What is the big deal?
That's just to designate ranks. That's all.
No, it's not. It doesn't designate ranks.
For the rash guards?
No, I'm talking about the gis. Why can't I wear a green gi? Why can't I wear a red gi?
I think visually it's just to keep things more uniform, because if you look at it, if you go to like a new breed where you can wear whatever the fuck you want, it does look kind of random when you see one guy's got a gray gi, the other one's got a yellow gi, the other one's got the red gi.
By the way, I've only seen one yellow gi and one red gi in my life.
No, I've seen them. I've seen a bunch. I've seen guys compete in the camouflage gis.
The yellow gi was Andrew Whitney.
Right.
And the red gi was Big Mike. He actually trains a combat club now.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it all the time. I mean, but I've gone to a ton of different academies, and I've seen people wearing the camouflage gi.
Well, yeah, I say when people come to my school, I say buy whatever color you like.
Wear whatever you want.
What do you want to wear?
Yeah.
I go. The only thing is if you're going to compete, you need either a blue gi or a white gi or a black gi.
Like girls have like the purple gi, the one that Mackenzie gets sponsored by.
There's a pink one that I would totally rock.
Tatami had a pink one.
I'd rock the pink gi.
I've seen a bunch of them, but either way, that's not really the point of the subject. Wasn't the clothes? Is the fact that you have a black belt.
No, I know, obviously, but
the black belt that thinks it's okay to fucking chastise not only a white belt, but it was a white belt that you were fucking dating for a certain amount of time, which that alone is kind of inappropriate at the fact. Because is it the fact that were you dating after she signed up, or you dated and then she signed up because of you? Does it really fucking matter?
Well, and here's the thing: you're 4 hours away.
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
And look, a coach. Here's the whole thing about jiu-jitsu that drives me nuts, and we've both been around it long enough that we know it becomes very cultish.
Yeah,
and there are coaches that get off on holding that power over their students.
Yeah. No, it's an ego trip.
It's an ego trip, and it's ridiculous. Just because you got a black belt and you've been a lot, like everybody talks about, like our atmosphere at our gym is like it's so laid back here. Yeah. It's so chill. I'm like, yeah, because I don't care. I'm not trying to build a cult. I'm actually not even trying to build a school.
But you know exactly, and I think that's the key, because you got to look at it from a majority of these people that have that issue either came from nothing, or they don't have real marketing background or understanding of the business aspect of things. So everything that they built is super competitive. So where you have people jumping from gym to gym, I mean, we've known tons of people like that literally jump gym to gym to the point where you're not doing it to better your jiu-jitsu. You just got an issue where you can't stay in one place for too long because you're going to get kicked out because you're doing shitty stuff. But when you're dealing with people and you have so much competition, like look at what happened with Ralph Gracie and Gracie Baja. When they opened up a school down the street, it's like, oh, it's my fucking territory. So you're going to fight them in the middle of worlds or something for it? So I think that aspect of it is where the childishness of it comes in. It's like, you don't fucking own these people. I had to deal with that with like capoeira and stuff like that. I think now, I mean, with George definitely is like, as long as you tell him and you have the right communication for like Excel, you can go and train here and there.
George does not care.
Yeah. No, that's to say he cares, and that's just out of respect. You have to respect.
No. What I'm saying is about George isn't threatened by other schools, and he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
He runs a great program. So it's like he doesn't.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we have like Vito Schlosser comes in all the time. You've come in. Other people have come in. Jay-Z comes in all the time. Like, so the people from other schools, it's there. There's the camaraderie there. But there's other schools that like if you even mention the fact that you went someplace else, you're gonna have a long fucking day.
Well, yeah, I invited some guys from a different school before, and they said, "Oh, I don't know if we can come."
Yeah. And see, and that's what irks me. It's like, first of all, like, I got caught up in the cultish mentality and stuff like that before, especially when I was doing capoeira or when I first started jiu-jitsu too. But then I realized, like, nobody fucking owns me. If my mom told me, hey, you can't go over there, I'd be like, no, I'm going to go over there.
My loyalty to you, I don't owe you loyalty.
Yeah.
My loyalty is the money that I hand you every month
Yeah.
for the classes. You're loyal. You're the one that should be loyal to me and my safety and my well-being and my advancement in education in the jiu-jitsu world. That's where the loyalty is.
I see, like, and I've been thinking about that because we talked about it before. I don't know if it's so much as loyalty. I think the loyalty comes in from the mutual respect of building a relationship. So at the beginning, yeah, it's like, I'm paying you money. I'm paying you to teach me what you know, right? That's it. That's all the loyalty there is to it. You can't tell the white belt you can't go train over there. You tell them don't go train over there because you're going to get confused and they're going to tell you this and that. You're going to be spending a bunch of money. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. Stay here. Just go along with it. And then the more you stay with that person, then you start building a friendship. You go into class every day. Hey, how's it going? How's you doing? How's your kids? Blah, 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 whatever. Now you start building that camaraderie where the respect is being built. You have a connection because we've spent this much time on the mats together. You dedicated your time to me, and now I'm dedicating my time to you as a teacher. That I get, that, and you build it. But to sit there and demand straight up loyalty like it was a regime.
Like that one dude that started punching that one student in Brazil?
Yeah. Or the other ones that are sit there and line up all their students, the Muay Thai classes, and they fucking wail on their face 5 times. Like, that's how it feels to get hit. That's stupid. That's a weird brainwashing mentality that it doesn't fucking work that way. But when you have people that treat their students with respect as human beings and not as a dollar sign, then it becomes more loyal. And that, to me, I mean, look, this weekend, one of our guys is moving away. He's moving to Utah because he got stationed out there now. So we're doing a big going away party because we're all close. We've been training together for a couple of years now. We're close. We're all friends. We're sad to see our friend go. We're sad to see a teammate go. But we're not forced to go to it. If I didn't like the guy, if I didn't feel like I was friends with him, I wouldn't go.
You probably wouldn't have got invited.
I just would have been like, hey, man, I'm not friends with you. I don't go. Like, funny enough, I had the issue the other day. There was someone that I thought was a friend and was a teammate. And I'm like, no. Like, you screwed me over. Like, you sat there and tried to throw me in a bunch of drama that wasn't involved. And when I needed a friend and I hit you up, you didn't even bother answering me or calling me back. Picked up, said, I'll call you back. I'm like, just remove you from my friends, even from LinkedIn, and you're going to send me a message. Like, what are you going to send me a message for? You think I'm going to give a fuck? It's like, we're not friends. We were teammates. Here's a handshake. Take care. You know, and that's it. So you got to build that relationship, but you can't demand it. You can't demand a friendship or what's the word? Like, you can't demand
loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty either is built.
Yeah.
Loyalty is built. And the problem is most people don't realize it's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
It's a mutual respect.
But even then, right?
Loyalty
And
is.
then the other thing too is like respecting your students. If your student decides to walk away for whatever reason, okay. If you got personal beef with it, that's different. But if you dated your student and then things didn't go right and you can't handle that, then you're just fucking childish.
Yeah.
That's childish. So I'll put the name out. Let me see, because I'll tell you the names of the black belts, the black belt and the brown belt from Gracie Baja. So if you really want to see what's going on, check out Hinger BJJ, Hinger
Did Hinger
BJJ.
put their names on it?
Yeah, he did. He tagged Gibran G BJJ and Joe _Calderas _. So Gibran Alvarez is the black belt and Joe Calderas is the brown belt. And there's tons of stuff like that. You know what's crazy, man? I go on Reddit pretty often, but it's like a lot more lately. And I'm reading all kinds of crazy stories of shit like that. Or like girls getting like verbally assaulted and stuff from their black belts or from higher belts and all kinds of shit. And like, man, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad that it happens that often.
Now I want to see what these people look like.
Oh, they got it blocked. After he called them out,
The account to private.
Yeah, they went out to private. Yeah, they learned that lesson real quick. The internet is going to come after you. I actually did that too when I called out that piece of shit today. But I got more news to keep going on that I actually want to talk about. Real quick, let's go over Grapple Fest, which seems like a pretty good event. It's a Liverpool-based promotion. This is their 5th event. It's coming out on June 1st. I believe that they are on Flow Grappling. You'll be able to look it up there. And Craig Jones, I believe, is going to be on there too. Craig Jones is going to roll against Miha Perhavec.
He just lost Miha.
Yeah.
Quick to who was it?
It was Richie Martinez. That's what it was.
Oh wow, it was quick.
Yeah.
Now, Miha got a beautiful, like, judo throw.
Yeah.
On Richie, put him on his back quick, but then it was over in less than a minute.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And it's funny because Ash Williams is on this same card too, and he was just on Polaris, so he's going to be competing on there. You got a bunch of people. Some names you'll know, some you won't. Like Frank Rosenthal from Mahenzo Gracie Academy versus Jeremy Skinner from Absolute MMA. It's a pretty big list. I didn't even bother going through all the names and stuff that are on there, but it's definitely worth checking out because it's a big card, and that one is on June 1st on Flow Grappling. But the big one that I'm interested in is Kasai 4, because Kasai's coming to Orlando on July 4th. So I'm going to be spending 4th of July in Orlando for sure, which it's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with 4th of July in Orlando.
Better get your hotel now.
Yeah, and I might go and just come back too, even though it's super sketchy. But
you know,
Jay-Z is going to be on that card. Jay-Z against Charles Oliveira. That's going to be
Yes.
an awesome fucking roll for sure.
Well, it makes me nervous for Jay-Z just because how long
Charles is.
Yeah. Charles has got that quintessential jiu-jitsu
body.
Body.
And he's a legit fucking black belt just threat, and he's gotten some crazy submissions. So it's actually going to be pretty crazy to see.
But Jay-Z has a different style. Jay-Z comes from luta livre. It's like, which is more more like catch wrestling.
Yeah.
So he's got some sneaky stuff.
Yeah,
Jay-Z's training with Cyborg, so and all those killers down there.
Yeah, he's dealing with world-class guys every day, which I'm sure Charles is too. I just think that it's going to be an insane roll, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of stalling. I think there's going to be a lot of countering and a lot of scrambles. So that one's going to be pretty good. And then Craig Jones versus Tex Johnson is going to be the rematch.
Well, I guess that whole thing blew over with that chick, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it still has to play out. And Wagner versus Celso Vinicius. That's going to be a good one. So I'm really curious to watch that match with Wagner. And there's a bunch of stuff too. So it's also like Fight to Win, where the locals get to sign up and compete in front of everybody. So it should be pretty cool. I think there will be a couple of guys from Fight Sports for sure. I'm assuming there might be a couple from Alliance up there, because Bruno is up there. And then guys from Hobson, Mora will probably show up. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good card. I'm definitely going to go up there. I got to try and get my tickets ASAP. Honestly, I kind of looked at it. It means I'm going to be fucking in Orlando almost every other week for the next 2 months. It sucks.
Have you decided if you're gonna?
I'm doing BJJ tour. I'm signing up for that one, and I'm definitely gonna do the IBJJF up there too.
What about the kickboxing?
Nah, probably not. There's not enough time to really get ready for both like that. And honestly, I want to compete so bad, but you know me, it's like if I can't go full out, I'm not gonna sit there and go for it. But Kasai Force coming to Orlando. That's going to be cool. Now, here's the crazy shit. Did you see what happened with Alex Oliveira? Cowboy.
No, I did not.
Get a load of this shit, man. Let me pull this up. So, Oliveira went into hiding over the weekend, the other day. His wife, ex-wife, filed a police report Saturday. So, I'll read you the article. The UFC welterweight has been accused of assault in his hometown of Tres Rios. MMA Fighting has confirmed that Oliveira's ex-wife filed a report on Saturday morning accusing him of pulling her by the hair, punching her, and also breaking doors and windows. Police officials told MMA Fighting that Oliveira has also been accused of getting into an altercation with a security man in a party at 5:30 a.m. in Brazil. Oliveira's team told MMA Fighting he's innocent but won't make any comments on the matter right now. The fighter and his lawyer went to the police station on Monday to give Oliveira's side of the story. Tres Rio cops are now investigating the assault allegation. Oliveira appeared to be under the influence of alcohol. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Oliveira appeared to be under the influence of alcohol, his ex-wife told the police, and insisted on riding a motorcycle while carrying his 5-month-old son. When his ex-wife attempted to stop him from doing it, Oliveira allegedly hit her and drove away with the child. His son was left with Oliveira's sister sometime later. It's pretty heavy duty. And I'm a fan of Alex Oliveira, too. He's one of the nicest guys. I met him. He's super nice. Super nice dude. Did I tell you how I met him?
Probably when you went down with Gilbert.
Yeah, when I went down with Gilbert. Now, mind you, this was the fight after Gilbert fought him. It was like right after. So we're in the elevators, me, Gilbert, a couple other people. Anderson Silva's manager was there. And then door opened, and it's Alex Oliveira. I'm like, awkward. And now he comes in. Bro, I shit you not, he shook everybody's hand. He shook my hand. He shook Gilbert's hands, like hug, pounds, whatever. I was like, oh, this dude's mad cool. It's like super fucking respectful, like gentleman. I was like, oh man, big fan. Like, nice to meet you. Obviously, I didn't.
Did he beat Gilbert?
He was beating Gilbert, and Gilbert won by armbar with like 20 seconds left.
Oh yeah.
That was like the big crazy one. He was beating the shit out of Gilbert, and Gilbert still came out on top on that one. But yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. That's pretty nutty. I remember I woke up reading that over the weekend. I'm like, no.
There could be anything though. It's hard. It's like when it's exes.
Yeah, it's
like I always wait. Like you have to wait until the investigation.
Isn't that a bitch though? Because it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like you don't always believe when people make these accusations, and women get called like being liars.
Well, so do guys,
for sure.
And, at any kind of domestic dispute, you gotta let it. Unless there's like,
I've watched Cops enough times to learn that you gotta let it play out.
Yeah, or unless there's like actual like damage to the woman.
Yeah.
Or or the dude. I've seen Cops enough times where the wife beat the shit out of the husband.
Oh yeah. But she's the one that called the cops?
Yeah.
The best is when they call the cops saying, oh, he beat the shit out of me. He's like, bro, I have video watch of her beating the shit out of herself. And the cop's like, oh, yeah, your wife's crazy. You might want to leave.
Yeah, no, and that's what it is. It's like you have to let these things, let the investigation happen.
Yeah.
And you...
I need another drink. You want one?
No, good. And you can't just snap judge. And that seems to be what is the way of this modern digital era, is these snap judgments of everybody. Everybody's guilty. And then it's the opposite of how it's supposed to be. You're guilty until proven innocent, when it should be the other way around. You should be innocent until proven guilty.
I mean, I've definitely done that a bunch of times. And sometimes I'll just be like, oh, he fucking did it. Fuck that piece of shit, But in other times, like, let's watch it play out. And I've been wrong on both sides here and there. But it's still one of those things. It's the natural reaction where you hear, like,
yeah, it sounds terrible. It sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible. It's like, I kind of believe it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. But
what's the saying that truth is stranger than fiction?
But I think what the problem is now, though, with this new guilty until proven innocent, is it wrecks the reputation of whoever they're accusing, even if they're innocent. Like it becomes like they become
Yeah, no matter
tainted.
what, and like no matter what, you're labeled that for life.
You're labeled that for like, oh, that's the
That's
woman
why
beater.
that's why I always think it's funny that saying of the bridge builder one. I said it before. It's like you could build 1,000 bridges, and someone might call you a bridge builder, but you suck one dick, and you're a cocksucker for life.
Right.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You cocksucker.
Yeah, no. It seems unfair, but in the digital world, bottom line is you got to not make mistakes, or at least not post your fucking mistakes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I call people out for fucking up all the time. And if I fuck up, call me out. You can call me out. I'm going to defend myself if I really fucked up.
I did earlier in the podcast.
No, I'm not even getting into that. But like, if someone fucks up, I think it comes down to if you are not willing to admit that you fucked up, that's when it becomes worse. Now you're being a douchebag because you clearly fucked up. Just say you fucked up and we move on. We just move on.
And then here's the other thing that people don't. You can change your mind. You're allowed to change your mind. You might not have all the information at one point, and you might think one way, but once all that information comes up, you can change your mind and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But how many times do you see people sticking to their narrative that they believed in the beginning just because they don't want to be wrong?
You do that all the time.
Never done that.
But I think there's also some people that will stick with that person regardless of how wrong they are just because they stuck to their guns. Like, I'm sticking to my guns. I think that's part of the whole vaccination thing too. The anti-vaxxers, they're like, I'm going to stick with it. Like, because you don't want to admit that you were wrong with something that serious. No, I'm sticking to it. I know what I believe in. Okay, people are dying. You're fucking up. I mean, now, did you see what happened, I think, in Massachusetts or something like that, or Rhode Island? Now you have to get vaccinations.
That's fucked up.
That's what I'm thinking, too. It's like, I mean, yeah, you should get vaccinated, but to tell someone you have to get vaccines?
And here's the thing. I'm neither anti-vax nor vax. I am...
Like, here's the thing. I mean, we talked about it. If you want to put yourself at risk, by all means, put yourself at risk. But don't put other people at risk. That's it.
Well, the thing is everybody's freaking out about measles. Do you know how many people have died from measles over the last 10 years?
Because there was the vaccinations.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. The people who have had it. Do you know how many people have died from measles who have had it?
Yeah, but then they went to go seek help. Let's look at it in a different way. Before the vaccination, how many people died from measles?
Well, you can't look at it like that because science was different. They didn't have clean water. They didn't have clean bedding. They didn't have, there's a lot of things that before that happened that have changed.
Right.
So, you can't look that far past and go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But no, well, it makes sense because these people are drinking water with, buttholes in it. You know what I'm saying?
Butthole water?
Butthole water. So it's like, you can't say that. All you can say is, well, here's a statistic that's going to freak you out, but it's 100% true. More children have died from circumcision in a year.
Yeah, from herpes and stuff. Yeah.
No, just complications.
Right. Well, no,
they've had complications and died due to circumcisions that have died from having measles.
Yeah, but
those that have had measles.
But
I'm not talking about gotten measles.
Yeah,
I'm talking those who have gotten measles.
Yeah, that's the whole herpes thing. That's the issue that's going on in New York right now with rabbis and stuff like that. It's rabbis that end up having herpes.
Well,
and
no, even when they do it in the hospital, these kids complications happen.
In 2011, the WHO estimated that there were about 158,000 deaths caused by measles. This is down from 630,000 deaths in 1990. In developed countries, death occurs in 1 to 2 cases out of every 1,000. Death from measles was reported in approximately 0.2% of the cases in the United States from 1985 through 1992.
0.2%.
Listen, man, 0.2% of 2 billion people? There's a lot of fucking people.
It's not 2 billion people getting measles.
So 0.2%, but they could be 0%.
No, that's not true.
But I'm saying
that's not true because here's the thing: what people don't realize is vaccinations run out. if you haven't been vaccinated for measles within the last 15 or 20 years, you have no vaccination.
Measles is a leading cause of vaccine-preventable childhood mortality. Worldwide, the fatality rate has been significantly reduced by a vaccination campaign led by partners in the Measles Initiative. So, globally, measles fell 60% from an estimated 873,000 deaths in 1999 to 345,000 in 2005.
Right, and
Vaccinated.
Undeveloped countries. No.
No. This is talking about everybody. This is globally.
Yeah, and in the United States, 1 out of every 1,000. How many people have gotten?
In 2006 to 2007, there were 12,132 cases in 32 European countries. 85% occurred in 5 countries: Germany, Italy, Romania, Switzerland, and the UK.
And how many deaths?
80% occurred in children, and there were 7 deaths.
So,
seven out of 12,000. So the percentage is still the same.
Right. So 7 out of 12,000 over how long?
1 year.
1 year. So there's like over 100 deaths due every year due to circumcision.
On January 22nd, 2014, the World Health Organization and the Pan American Health Organization declared and certified Colombia free of the measles while becoming the first Latin American country to abolish the infection within its borders. Ugh. But either way, it's like, I get it. But even then, it's easily preventable. You just need the shot.
Or you can just get it and be fine with it. Most people get it, and it's like the chicken pox. It's not that much different than
but there's the complications. Don't you get a higher risk of mortality in adults?
No. And with chicken pox, not with measles. Chicken pox turns.
I haven't done enough
shingles.
research on it.
Yeah, I've had to because of my job. So
I actually think my grandma got shingles. I don't know if I should be throwing out her medical stuff, but.
But like, here's the thing: is like, I think you should allow your children don't just start shooting them they start shooting these kids before they leave the hospital.
Yeah, they have to do a lot of shots though.
Yeah, but you don't have to do in my what I think is let the kid build up his own kind of immunity.
Yeah,
to
but
some
not on
things.
an infant.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not a dad, so I don't know really.
Right. Well, I've talked to somebody who has done.
Shut the fuck up! You haven't talked to anybody.
No,
Who'd you talk to?
I've talked to somebody who's done a lot of research.
Who? Who?
Alex.
Alex who?
English Alex.
He's
British
done a lot
Alex.
of research on what?
On vaccinations, because when he had his twins.
Okay.
And we've talked a lot about it.
Okay.
We've talked extensively about it, and he's shared some very interesting tidbits with me. And
such as?
Well, I'll pull one up here. So this is the information as of. So here's something. As of November 3rd, this is from the Information Center, National Vaccine Information Center.
Right.
As of November 30th, 2016, there have been more than 93,179 reports of measles vaccine reactions. 93,179 reports of of reaction to the measles vaccine. Reactions. Hospitalizations, injuries, and deaths following measles vaccinations made to the federal vaccine adverse events reporting system, VAERS, including 450 related deaths, 6,936 hospitalizations, 1,748 related disabilities. Over 50% of those adverse events occurred in children 3 years old and under.
Because they received a vaccination.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I've heard that.
So 7 people died in a year from
not getting vaccinated.
459 people died from the vaccination.
I think too. Probably there's like allergies involved and all that other shit.
Regardless,
I don't disagree. With you.
Regardless, it's like, but this stuff is like
it's such a crapshoot.
It's such a crapshoot. Like, and again, I think let your child develop a little bit. Let like the mother's milk.
Listen,
help create some immunity, and then maybe then you can
women milk. Like
yeah. Like
I read. Speaking of which, you just reminded me. I read the most fucking hilarious comment today or statement. And I think it definitely goes along with this conversation. You ready for this? Because I fucking died when I was reading this. We have devices that can see through flesh and blood and to the bone. A device that can read blood oxygen levels in the brain, as well as one that can read its electrical signals, and a machine that can scan your whole body. Yet a finger up the shitter is still the most common way to check the prostate. It's not wrong.
He's not wrong. There's other ways they can do it though. They can check levels in your blood, but this is apparently the quicker way.
Yeah, like all this technology still takes a finger up the bone to check the oil.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I totally forgot about this, but there's another jiu-jitsu card that just got announced today, and one of our people is on.
Who?
Gilbert. Gilbert is going to compete on June 21st at the Third Coast Grappling. And I wrote it down, too. Totally forgot about it. It's in Houston. So it'll be...
Planet Houston?
Yeah.
Do you remember what that's from?
No.
It's from Superman 2.
Oh, dude, I can't remember the last time I watched that shit.
That was the best one of...
Didn't your movie come out? The Superman thing?
It came out this week. I didn't go see it.
I gotta watch it.
Last thing I saw was John Wick 3.
I gotta watch John Wick. I gotta watch Pikachu. I gotta watch... Supposedly Aladdin is good.
I'm not going to see that.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I will watch Lion King, but I'm not going to watch Aladdin.
The Lion King remake?
It's not a remake. Well, it's a remake, but it's
a
like
live action.
But it's really not live
CGI.
action. CGI.
The Jungle Book one, I think they're making another one.
That Jungle Book one was
The
kind of
original
cool.
was good. They did a good job on it.
Yeah, with the giant orangutan.
Yeah.
But who was the voice of that? It was Christopher Walken, I think.
For what?
For
he
that-
was the voice of the orangutan.
The king orangutan.
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Once, I remember watching, I was like, that voice sounds fucking familiar.
That movie, you know what that movie on psychedelics,
No, I wouldn't do that.
it would freak you out.
Because
man.
the whole scene when the tree's on fire and he's climbing up the tree, fuck that. That would fucking give me, just anxiety. You know what? I forget to tell you, my eyes started changing colors. Yeah, it happened. It's happened to me a couple of times, but it's happened to me a lot more lately. I wake up in the morning, and it happened to me 2 or 3 years ago. I woke up in the morning, and I was just rubbing my eyes, and I looked in the mirror, and my eyes were green. So I have brown eyes. My eyes were fucking green. I freaked the fuck out. I was I thought I was high or something. I didn't even know it.
You need to start taking pictures, document it.
I did. I started to. So now, once in a while, I wake up in the morning, and my eyes will be faded green to brown. They'll change. I've had it where the whole thing is green. So I need to go to the doctor or something.
Well, actually, I say that, but no, my eyes will reflect the color of the shirt I'm wearing often. Like if it's a lighter shirt.
It happens to people with light eyes because I was doing a bunch of research.
Yeah. If I wear a lighter blue shirt or a white shirt, my eyes look brighter.
Yeah.
The darker that I wear, the darker blue they look.
Yeah, they reflect the light right into it.
But most interesting thing that I've ever found out about blue-eyed people is we can all trace our lineage back to one person.
Really? Who?
We don't know. It was somebody in
Andy Dick.
No, it was somebody in the Central European area is where the first blue-eyed person.
Yeah, it was just
came
a
from.
genetic skip.
It was a genetic flaw.
Yeah.
That was passed down. So blue eyes should not be.
If you could pick any genetic mutation, realistic, not X-Men superpower shit. Let's say the next step of evolution, you could pick to have that, what would it be? Say an extra arm, an extra leg,
There's no such thing as a photographic memory, but there's that instant recall memory that would come in handy.
So you would want to have a intellectual,
yeah,
step up.
Yeah, not a physical. You know who has that? Is she was on Taxi.
The girl,
the redheaded girl on Taxi.
Not Taxi Driver. I'm thinking Taxi Driver.
No. The TV show with Tony Danza and Louis DeVito.
I'm not that old.
Her name is Mary Lou
Retton.
No,
That's a gymnast or something, isn't it?
Taxi.
I don't think most people are gonna remember Taxi.
Oh, well,
That's where like Christopher Lloyd got his start.
yeah, that's where he got like he was Jim, which was.
You know they're making another Back to the Future.
Well, I'll tell you something that I watched. Mary Lou Henner. She has the power. So you know who else got his start there? Man in the Moon.
Yeah, the guy Jim Carrey played, whatever.
Yeah. Andy Kaufman. But she can remember everything from every day of her life.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people like that.
That would be the mutation I'd want.
That's so creepy. I don't know, because some things you want to forget.
Well, I'm sure you do, but like I don't have any of those blocked memories. I could I have memories pretty far back. I have memories back to when I was like 2, maybe 3. Well, like when I talk to my mom about stuff like that, and
she won't remember it, but you know it clear
or
as
it's
day.
not even that. Like when I describe rooms, and she's like, "How do you know that? You were like too. 3 or 4."
Yeah, but certain things get engraved into your brain the same way it's like that one embarrassing moment that all of a sudden hits you in the middle of the night. And you're like,
those are the worst.
Fucking can't stand that.
Those are the worst.
Yeah.
It's like those are the mental equivalent of the sore in your mouth, where you keep putting your tongue into it because it hurts.
I don't know if I would compare it to that.
That's the mental equivalent. You don't want to think about it. Like it comes up, and you want to make it go away.
It's like
but
a toothache.
You keep thinking about it.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to think. Well, do you ever see the autistic guy that he can read both pages at once? If he opens a book, he can read the left page and the right page at the same time. He can remember every single word of the book, on what page it's on, everything. So you could say, okay, third sentence.
Yeah, but I don't want to be autistic.
No, I'm not saying that, but think about it like where you say, okay, page 46, second paragraph, third sentence, 8th word, and you'll be like, oh, it says blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It's like, that's fucking nuts. That's nuts. And he's super smart, but he was autistic, and I remember reading, I think he passed away before his dad, something like that, but he was on the news all the time. He's been on 60 Minutes and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy when someone gets like that. There's the artist, the dude that's autistic, and they fly him around a city for like an hour.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And then he can draw every
detail. Yeah, I've seen that.
And he's never seen the city before. So there's some people that say that autism is the next step of evolution.
Yeah, that's what they said in Predators.
Yeah,
or The Predator.
The Predator, but I don't know if I could sit there and.
I don't know. I don't know. We won't know.
We won't know.
But But it makes when you think about it, in a world where our attention, our spans are getting shorter and shorter due to the digital world and the constant, what's it called? Bombardment of information, like constantly, it makes sense where hyper focus could be that next step, because if you're constantly being distracted by something, having that hyper focus maybe in the future could be something that is a survival skill.
I think the ability to accept information from different channels at once like that is definitely going to be a side effect of everything that we're doing. To be able to sit there and have you talking to me while I'm on the phone and be able to interact intellectually with both at the same time.
And I'm wondering what, like, are our thumbs going to get bigger or
smaller
or they're stronger? Because think about how much we're moving our thumbs.
I don't know. I don't think so, because if you look at it, if that was the case, then the hundreds of years or thousands of years that we spent hunting and doing certain things, then we would have more mutations that come along with it.
No, but the difference is when you hunt, there's very few things that you do the whole hunt. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like
but
you're walking.
I agree, but you also have to look at the consequences of you not being able to catch food is a lot different than you not being able to type. Yeah, but there's a lot of
waiting when it comes to hunting. Where what we're doing, think about...
That explains the ADD,
the ADHD. And think about this, the thumb tapping, blah, 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 blah. and playing video games.
Well, you know, that was a thing in the 90s, early 2000s, the 90s. There was a thing saying that vibrating controllers from video games are going to cause or have been causing issues with people's shoulders and wrists and elbows because, like, the constant vibration. Like, your body's not used to that, and it would fuck stuff up. And there's a bunch of people. There's a couple of people that sued PlayStation and stuff like that for it.
Yeah, I just think I'm wondering what
I think
evolutionarily, and here's what's going to be affected: our thumbs and our eyes.
I think I would agree more with the eyes, but I think if anything, it'll be more our backs.
Yeah, we're already hunching over.
Yeah, our backs and our feet more than anything. Our backs and our feet more than anything because we're sitting so much. Compared to where everybody used to always just run around or you'd have to always be on your feet. You didn't get to rest that much. You'd always have to be doing something for your own survival.
Well,
How long do you think you could last? Honestly speaking, let's say like you do that, not the naked and afraid style kind of thing. You don't have to be naked. I don't like see you fucking naked.
So I'm clothed.
You're clothed, but you have no tools.
No tools.
No tools. You literally have nothing. You are starting from nothing. How long do you think you could last?
Where am I at?
I'd put you on some, like, Castaway, on a jungle like that, an island, remote
On an island?
Like, remote jungle island. Let's say it's probably 18 square miles.
Is there fresh water supply?
You have a mountain with fresh water supply.
Okay. So we have coconuts.
You have coconuts, you have animals. There are tigers
Animals.
on the fucking mountain, which would be kind of random to find a tiger on an island, but it has happened.
Right. Tigers do swim.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I have no idea.
Do you think you'd be able to start a fire?
Yes, I have started a fire.
With nothing?
With sticks and tinder.
Okay.
But it took me all day. It literally took me.
That's so bad. Why?
Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just rubbing. I just kept rubbing.
Did you ever watch that Primitive Technology YouTube? Dude, you have to watch Primitive.
Well, the guy that makes the huts out of the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But like, you have to watch it from the beginning.
But like, I wasn't like, I was 12, and I just picked two random sticks. I took a palm frond.
Yeah.
Like an old palm frond and just a regular stick. So I wasn't looking for like a
dry
friction
stick.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for that. I was
You
just.
didn't know the details.
I just sat there and rubbed
jerking off the wood.
Basically. It took me like I'd say 8 hours, but it wasn't that long. It was probably.
And it is doable. It is doable to do it that way if you set it up right.
So I could. My thing would be catching food, because I'd have to eat fish, which would be like after.
But once you get hungry,
after I get
you
hungry
won't care,
enough, that's gonna be delicious. And then
okay, so let's say you're stranded on the same island.
I would survive longer, and like a backwoods environment.
Think so?
Yeah, than an island.
I would definitely be chilling on an island pretty well. I think I could do pretty good. Like, but then though, with the tropical island, then you got to worry about hurricanes and stuff.
My one of Tracy and my good friends, her dad is one of the most resourceful people I've ever met.
Yeah.
What he used to do is he used to take his wife and their youngest daughter out to like not one of the populated islands in the intercoastal, but like one of the unpopulated islands, and they would bring a bag of potatoes and 2 gallons and like one of those 2-gallon water things, and he would catch fish all day, and they would eat like kings with just that stuff.
Yeah. I've done it. I've been there. I used to have to fish every day to get my food. But let's say you get stranded on the same island. You get 3 items. Don't give me GPS, phone, and all that. You get 3 items.
Survival, like
3 legitimate survival items.
Right.
What would you bring?
I would bring a compass. Actually, no, I don't need a compass. I know the directions by the sun.
You're on an island. You're gonna be in a fucking circle.
Yeah. So I would bring a magnifying glass.
Right.
A knife. Oh boy, the last one. Magnifying glass, a knife, and a pair of needle nose pliers.
Why? Why the needle nose pliers?
Because
What are you gonna have to get into?
it's not what I'm gonna have to get into, is what I might step on that I need to get out.
Use a knife.
No. Sometimes you got a splinter, you can't use a knife to get that out.
Let your body push it out.
No, not if you can't walk. If
See,
you can't
I would
walk,
bring-
you can't eat.
I would bring a knife. I wouldn't do the magnifying glass because I'd feel like it's only gonna last so long before the glass gets scratched, and then you can't set a fire up at night.
No, but if you set the fire during the day,
You're gonna spend the whole time trying to keep it alive.
well, that you don't need. Once you get the fire, have you ever started a fire with magnifying glass? It's like the quickest fire ever, and all you got to do is feed it.
Okay, so again, you're on an island. You're a tropical island. You got overcast. How are you gonna set up the fire? You just do it the traditional way.
Yeah, well,
So why would you bring a tool
because there's
that you
gonna
can
be
only
plenty,
use temporarily?
I'm probably gonna have more times of sun than no sun.
I mean, I see your point, but I don't agree with it. I would rather take that tool for something else. I would have a good knife. I would say a machete, and trying to think with that third one. What that third? Oh, I would just bring like a bow and arrow. Because I don't know how to make a fucking bow and arrow, but if I can at least have,
A bow and arrow is not. That,
I couldn't make an arrow, but I couldn't make a bow.
You could probably make a bow and not an arrow. The arrow is gonna be the hard part.
Actually, you know what? Oh, shit. Sorry for all the random noise. I would still do the bow and arrow. I'm pretty sure I could make an arrow. It probably wouldn't be the best arrow, but it would definitely fly fairly well. Because then I could also make a blowgun. I could hunt with the blowgun, get little birds and toads and all that shit. I don't know. I don't know what that third one would be.
Yeah, like part of me thinks that
I would say
like,
rope. Maybe some rope.
I wouldn't do rope. I would maybe. You know what I might do? Is so I might, instead of the needle nose pliers, either
Suddenly you're not afraid of death-defying splinters?
No, when I'm thinking about things, I still want the magnifying glass because, like,
Right.
if you get something in you and you want to look at it close or
Right.
stuff like that, I still want the magnifying glass for that and the fire. I need the knife, and the last thing would be either a hatchet.
Or a machete, that's right.
Well, machete is kind of hard to cut through wood, or one of those. Like, have you ever seen those?
The wires?
The wire saws, but now they make them with teeth.
Yeah.
Or like
It's just a chainsaw one.
It's a chainsaw. It's a
Right.
elbow grease hand chainsaw.
Right.
So like when it comes to wood and shit like that, and building a hut or some kind of shelter.
But see, if you have the machete, you can still hack in, or a hatchet, you can still hack into a tree and
Yeah,
cut
that's
it.
going to take a long time.
I
Have you
don't
ever
think so.
hacked something with a hatchet?
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
For sure. I mean, that's what...
But where if I had one of those teeth things,
Still takes a while.
not as it takes.
So what do you do when it breaks? Then you're fucked.
Well, you didn't say it would break.
But there's a possibility that it would break.
Well, there's a possibility of that.
I didn't say
I
you gotta get
struck
the
by
suit.
lightning on the first day.
Not really.
How do you know?
Because you don't know the weather.
You don't know the weather.
But that's
There's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of possibilities.
So
Things that can
I'm
happen.
pretty sure there's more of a possibility of that handsaw to break than there is of me getting struck by lightning.
Because you can make rope.
You can make rope. That's what I'm saying. Like, that third one is that's why I would say, like, I do the bow and arrow. Because then I have the knife that, if necessary, I can hunt with, but it's really more to cut so I can fillet the food and do whatever I need to do.
Right.
So then I can
The
also
knife
skin.
is a must.
Yeah, you
Knife
have to.
is a must.
A knife is like an amazing fucking tool. You know what? Here's what I would do. I would bring a knife, what was the second one I said? If I can forget.
Bow and arrow?
No. What was the other one?
Machete.
A machete, and I would bring a life straw. I'm good with the life straw. Then I could drink the water.
That's a little too
high tech.
techy.
Not really. It's just a filter, carbon filter.
Yeah, but that filter will eventually run out.
Cheesecloths? The cheesecloths count? I could filter water with cheesecloth.
No,
duct tape.
let's-
Fucking duct tape. That's what it would be. It would be a knife, a machete, and duct tape. 100% fucking
That
duct
sounds
tape.
more like a kidnapping than a
It don't matter.
than a survival.
I'm gonna fucking kidnap a fucking tiger. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd bring fucking duct
You know
tape.
what's funny is I could just see like the tough guy internet memes. Put me into a jungle and I'll come out the king.
Yeah, that's so
or
stupid.
like something like that.
Motherfucker, I put you in a jungle. You'll come out crying.
You'll come out
Dead.
lunch.
Yeah,
you'll come
for
out.
sure.
You'll come out something's lunch. Nobody look. There's people who think they could. I can't remember who it was, and they said they could beat up a full
Full-grown gorilla.
No, a wolf.
That was the football player. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. I think he could. I think he could.
dude.
Listen, man. I
Dude,
think
have you ever
doable.
seen how big a full-grown timber wolf is?
Yeah.
They're gigantic, and they're made
See,
for
that's
killing.
like that's the thing that I'm really looking forward to with fucking technology. Once like VR and stuff gets really fucking good, where you can sit there and say, "I want a simulation, Timberwolf attack, go," and then you sit there and like you do a full-on simulation without worrying about whether or not you could survive a Timberwolf attack.
No, it was Mike Tyson that wanted to fight the gorilla.
Yeah. Like be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
Mike
push the
Tyson
shit out
asked the dude to open up the cage.
because he wants to fight a
He
gorilla.
wanted to punch the gorilla.
I bet you could probably fuck it up pretty good.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger punched a camel.
Yeah, it's no. It's you,
Mike Tyson, you don't think Mike Tyson in his prime could have fucked up
no,
a gorilla?
No.
Like,
Do you know how big a gorilla's forearm is?
yeah.
It's 25 inches around. Do you remember how big Hogan's?
He was like 34, right?
24.
Right.
So their forearms are bigger than Hogan's
But listen,
biceps.
like, one shot. Like, the gorilla's just standing there. Mike Tyson comes up. Waka!
No.
You don't think he could knock
No.
out a gorilla?
No, because they don't. Their heads, their whole neck is just muscle. How do you knock somebody out? You make the head go, brr, right?
Yeah, but
That's not gonna happen.
What if
It's
he
not
lands him in the behind the ear?
No.
He's still gonna get rocked.
He's not. No. It's and what's gonna happen is Mike.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
What would happen is you would hear Mike Tyson dies trying to fight gorilla.
That's,
Think about what chimpanzees,
can fucking do. They rip a fucking face off.
dude. Yeah, they will jack your world up, and that's
Yeah.
one chimpanzee. That's not as strong.
I think Mike Tyson could fuck up a chimpanzee.
I don't know. Chimpanzees are insanely strong.
As long as he didn't get, if he could land one good punch, can you imagine a kidney punch on a fucking chimpanzee? Granted, like I don't believe in hitting
I'm
animals,
sure there's somebody
but it'd be
that's-
fucking hilarious.
Somebody on this planet has fought
Oh, for sure.
a gorilla and has fought.
Oh, for
maybe
sure.
not alive now, but somebody has fought
Yeah, for sure.
over our lifetimes.
I wonder if they react the same way as a liver shot. You think so?
They went, "Oh!"
Yeah. Can you imagine landing a liver shot on a fucking gorilla? I would love to see that reaction. Like,
Yeah, have you ever watched gorilla?
gorilla fights?
Yes.
They're pretty fucking crazy. I seen one live at Disney when I went to Animal Kingdom. It was the fucking craziest thing, and I called it. Nobody was paying attention. This was 2016, 2015, 2016. I was at Disney Animal Kingdom. So there's like a ridge far away, and there was one gorilla just standing there by himself, and there was three off to the right. And I saw them just standing there. It was a weird setup.
Right. Well, so like I know the enclosure.
Right.
Wait. Is
So
this
remember
in the glass place or
In the glass place. So
Okay.
remember, there's almost like a little like gap, and then there's the far like hill
Right,
or whatever,
like
like
hill.
cliffside,
Right.
right? So one was on the left, minding his own business, but he was looking at the three of them, and the three of them were kind of weird because it literally looked like it was like three dudes talking, like they were plotting something. Like there's that motherfucker right there. So I watched one start going around, and the dude that was sitting there by himself was looking. I could see he's like keeping an eye on him. He's looking at him the whole time, and as soon as he did that, the two started charging at him, and he's like turned, he jumped, and the one that was closest came charging in too. So he fucking jacked that one up, and the other two came running, and he just fucking took off. People started fucking screaming, and then like they were fucking going off, and you could hear the fucking thuds. You could hear the fucking wha-boom, 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 wha-boom. It was fucking nutty.
What's funny is like the one that the popular one that's on the internet that the like the zoo enclosure and the two gorillas start going at it,
Yeah.
and you hear the woman go, "Where are the zookeepers?
Yeah,
Where-"
they're fucking far away.
They're not going to be in that place.
You're fucking
that
stupid.
when that happens, you let that shit happen. That's nature.
You're gonna have to deal with it with
That's
the
what
aftermath.
happens.
Like the lady that was where the lion, they mistimed the gates opening, and the lady was in the lion enclosure, and he just came in and was like, "Oh, I got a fucking moving snack today," and fucked her up. Yeah. that
Was it
shit.
a lion or a tiger? I thought it was a tiger.
I think it was a lion. I'm pretty sure it was a lion.
The one up in Cincinnati?
I think so. I don't know.
That was a tiger.
You sure?
Yeah.
Either way, man, that tiger opened up. It's like, oh, fucking
Yeah,
Thanksgiving turkey for me.
And there's another one where that takes place on a preserve.
Did you see the snake, dude?
No, but wait. And there's this old man, and there's a lion, a male lion that's like a wild, like pretty far away, and he walks into this enclosure, like he works there. Or all of a sudden, the lion notices him and rushes, and he grabs him. And he's got him by the teeth, and you would not believe how fast this lion can run.
Yeah.
With the dude in his mouth carrying this dude, like he was moving at a good clip.
He does.
I'm like, those things. Look, we do not. We are lucky. We're smart, and we can make tools and know how to use tools because everything on this planet could kill us.
Did you see the one of the black jaguar dude, the famous guy on Instagram? There's, you know who I'm talking about, right? The white tiger, black jaguar, or whatever it is. The dude that always has the videos of him playing with lions and stuff like that. You know who I'm talking about.
No.
I'll pull it up. I forget like the right way to say it. Anyway, he was like walking into his enclosure, into like the animal enclosure, and it's like the lions and stuff like that. And there's, I want to say it was like a cheetah or something, and he's got like, if I'm facing the camera.
Is it the one that runs up the wall to hug him?
No. He was getting stalked. He had no fucking clue. So all you see is like if the camera's facing me like 50 feet back, there's a fucking like cheetah just fucking
Was it
creeping
black?
up. No. You're thinking of the jaguar. That one's like it's just playing. No, this was getting full on fucking stalked. So he's just sitting there. It was either a male. It was a male lion, is what it was. The male lion just starts creeping up, and like you see him like standing still, looking, and then out of nowhere he starts fucking charging. The guy has no fucking clue. Last second, maybe 15, 20 feet behind, female lion comes in, charges the lion, and fucking jacks him and jumps him and stops him. The dude turns around. I was like, the fuck was going on? He had no fucking clue. He was full on getting stopped.
I think I might have seen that.
Let me see. Like, he's got like the black jaguar or something like that. Black jaguar, white tiger. You've seen this guy. He's always like sitting there posting stuff for like the lions and whatever.
I wish we had
He's
the
the same
ability
one. The same one that you saw like the jaguar stalking him, and they're playing hide and seek. It's
Right.
that guy.
And he kept turning around on him.
Yeah. Like that one's great, but yeah, he gets stalked fucking hardcore on that one. Shit, we better get going. It's kind of late.
It's that time.
Yeah, I'll show you that one. All right, folks, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support. Shout out to all our Reddit fam for all the support. Happy birthday, AWOL. Got anything else to add?
Not a thing.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much to all our sponsors, Giraffe Choke, Choke Aloha, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co., and Nomad. Be sure to check them out. Give them some support. Follow Shawn at Gorilla Boy BJJ. You can follow me at Sonder Marketing. And be sure to follow the podcast Instagram at Jiu-Jitsu Radio. Check it out. If you like it and you feel like we deserve it, please hit subscribe, share with your friends. We really appreciate all the support. With that being said, we're out.
Peace.
Peace.